Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Action News 5 digital desk on this Thursday morning. Let's take a live look outside from our High 5 camera downtown. Had some showers earlier this morning. It is a comfortable 66 degrees. We are expecting some sunshine along with some showers later today. We'll be talking more about that. I also want to show you this, a brand new High 5 camera at the University of Memphis. Go Tigers go. Of course, we had our old High 5 camera. This is a different shot, different look, a beautiful shot of campus there on a Thursday. Again, we'll be talking more about your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Right now, I want to get to some of the top stories that we are following at this hour. We begin with something that you watched right here on Action News 5 yesterday live. The man who shot and killed his ex-girlfriend, medical student Ellie Young, is now in prison for the next 40 years. It was a guilty plea that we carried live on the digital desk yesterday. I'm talking about Jackson Hopper. He was the man who accepted a guilty plea, second-degree murder. He shot and killed his ex-girlfriend at Shelby Farms Park 2 years ago. Investigators say that he originally turned down the plea deal. He will serve all 40 without the chance for parole. He still faces additional charges in Tipton, Lauderdale, Dyer counties, where he led deputies on a high-speed chase after that shooting. Charges have been dropped against 3 men arrested during the No Kings Day protest 2 weeks ago in downtown Memphis. Reuben Birch, Adam Nelson, and David Rahim all face charges of disorderly conduct and obstructing a passageway. 4 Memphis police officers were placed on administrative leave after the incident. Police say organizers did not have the proper permit. They blocked traffic and refused repeated police commands. The protest was organized by Indivisible Memphis. A Memphis mother speaking out for the first time since losing her 17-year-old son in such a tragic way to gun violence at Shelby Farms Park. Corian Bean was shot and killed Tuesday. The sheriff's office says more than 200 students were there for a senior skip day event. His mom said that she thought he went to school like any other day. If she knew he went to a senior skip day, she would have told him no. Brewer said his mom is Cherise Brewer. She said that Corian was a football player. He was also very active at his church and mentored children at church. The sheriff's office is still looking for the gunman in this case. To South Haven, Mississippi now, where 2 men have been convicted in what DeSoto County District Attorney calls the largest fentanyl seizure in South Haven history. Richard Vaught, Michael Walker pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges this week. In late 2022, South Haven police raided a home off Airways. They found these bags that you see here. They contain fentanyl pressed into pills. The DA's office says the pills carry 4,387 legal doses units. Vaught was given 15 years. Walker will be sentenced later. After spending more than 10 years on the run, a Memphis murder suspect has been captured. Members of the Memphis Safe Task Force went to Illinois to pick up this man, Terry Johnson. He, along with Marcavius Twiley, also accused of killing Tresvent High School senior Ryan Gilliam at the Pershing Park Apartments back in January 2016. Twiley was arrested years ago, but Johnson went on a run until he was found Friday. He faces 17 charges, including first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Tennessee school voucher debate moves to the state Senate today. The House passed a bill last week to expand the voucher program to 35,000 students. The Senate version calls for 40,000. The 2 chambers are now at odds over the size of the program and how to fund it. The bill also includes a provision that can be used to track the immigration status of public school students. A Senate floor vote is expected later today. College students in Tennessee who stage walkouts could now face suspension or expulsion. Tennessee state lawmakers passed what's called the Charlie Kirk Act on Wednesday. It's named after the conservative activist that was assassinated last September. The bill bars colleges from disinviting speakers based on their political views and prohibits students and faculty from staging walkouts to disrupt those speakers. The bill heads to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's desk. State health leaders call it a natural opioid that can easily become addictive, and today the Tennessee State Senate could ban it statewide. The chamber takes up the Creighton ban bill today following the House passage of the bill last week. Sellers would face felony charges. Buyers would face a misdemeanor charge. Kratom is widely known as gas station heroin. To Midtown now, where the Southern College of Optometry set to break ground on a major $35 million campus expansion later today. The project will improve campus life and expand care for young patients, including a new pediatric space at the Eye Center. Plans also include a new library, study areas, and a redesigned main entrance. Memphis City leaders, including Mayor Paul Young, will join school leaders for the groundbreaking ceremony. Action News 5 Sports Director Doc Holliday will receive the Billy J. Murphy Award from the Memphis Athletic Department tomorrow night. It's part of the University of Memphis's Hall of Fame inductees. The award's given to a former Tiger student athlete who excelled in their profession after leaving the university. The Hall of Fame ceremonies tomorrow night. Inductees will also be presented in front of fans at the spring game on Saturday. Another live look from our High 5 camera here. Downtown Memphis, got some clouds out there, some comfortable temperatures. Again, I want to show you that beautiful shot from the University of Memphis and our camera there atop the campus, as you see on this Thursday morning. We're expecting more clouds, more storms later today, and some sunshine. We're back in 1 minute on Action News 5's Digital Desk. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm Andrew Douglas. Joining me now on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, we like to have the mayors from across the Mid-South on the Digital Desk from time to time. We are joined by Germantown's Mayor, Mike Palazzolo. Mike, how's your spring going so far? Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. So far, so good. It's springtime here in Germantown and throughout the Mid-South, and we're starting to see some of the blooms and the trees and everything else come into full bloom. And so with that, you're probably aware that a lot of people have spring cleaning this time of year, Andrew, and Germantown is unlike any other community. We have spring cleanup and as well. We have a couple events coming up this weekend. One of them, Amnesty Day and Recycling Day in Germantown, is something that's a time-honored tradition in Germantown. People really like to clean those sheds and attics and those type things. So we'll have two locations, Andrew, one at our public service complex, which is located at 7700 Southern Avenue, and we will take the big stuff there. Those are those things like bulky items like old grills, lawnmowers, tires without the rims, fencing, and other big items. And so if you have those, bring them to Southern Avenue Public Works. And then our specialty item location is the Johnson Road Park location over on the east side of town. And we're taking items like shred material. So we will take free document shredding up to 3 boxes and what we call e-waste recycling of computers and electronics. And if you're a resident of Germantown, you just need to bring your driver's license or your water bill. We usually have about 1,000 cars come through those two locations during a Saturday, April 18th. Each year, and that's from 7:30 to noon. But you have to be a Germantown resident and come bring your stuff. That's going to be very exciting for us because it'll get a lot of those things out of the landfill as well. It's ecologically sensitive. And Andrew, we have one other thing that's kind of a spring cleaning item that's really important. We have our drug take back day, and that's Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's located at the Kroger in Germantown at 7735 Farmington Boulevard. It's really safe and easy. It's a drive-through location. So you just pull up to the GPD, Germantown Police Department tent, and you don't even have to get out of your car. We'll take all those old expired drugs. It's 100% anonymous, and it keeps all those expired medications out of the wrong hands and out of our water supply, because a lot of people will put those down the drain and that type thing. So those are our two kind of spring cleaning and spruce up items coming up here this weekend and the following weekend, Andrew.
Yeah, the spring cleaning certainly is very popular. Did some last week. In fact, when you have warmer temperatures, certainly spring cleaning is something that especially the wives love to do. I don't know about you, but it seems like my wife was all about spring cleaning last weekend, and it just gets people in that frame of mind. And I know that with all the spring cleaning, also people are looking ahead to school year, school projects, school things, and I know Germantown's no different.
Well, and that's a good segue into the way that we invest here in Germantown. We have a significant amount of investment that's going on. We just had our CIP Capital Improvements Program review last night. Matter of fact, our Board of Mayor and Aldermen met, and we do have the largest item in this $27.4 million capital investment goes to Houston High School. $10 million is a massive investment, and it is a big renovation to the cafeteria and to the fine arts space. That's a big investment in our high school, and we've invested over $100 million in our Germantown Municipal Schools since inception, a little over 13 years ago. Some of the other items, Andrew, that's pretty exciting. Public safety is really important in our community. We have some safety upgrades, including a new ambulance. We have a firefighter breathing equipment, so very important for our first responders, specifically our firefighters. And we're also doing a police headquarters expansion study. Our police headquarters was built in the late 70s, and right now we have 3 times as many officers as we did back in that time frame. So that's a big investment. And then also we're looking to invest in LED lighting conversion for all of our 5,000 street lights in Germantown. It's about a $3 million investment. We had calculated it was about $4.5 million, but we were able to get that price down and save our community some dollars. But this will make things more efficient, save energy, and probably most important, Andrew, is that it leads to public safety in our community as well. A well-lit community is a safe community. And finally, our Germantown Athletic Club, that's a membership club, and it is self-sustainable. It pays for its own improvements and its own deferred maintenance. We are completely redoing the indoor pool, the auditorium. It's about a $4.5 million project. So we're really excited about this $27 million or so that goes into our community. And one of the other things, Andrew, I would just share, we all suffered a couple 6 weeks ago during Winter Storm Fern. And I have a feeling no one's going to call their name a baby that's born anytime soon after Fern. We didn't like that winter storm that came through. We have just recently approved the purchase of 3 additional snow plows, and these are not the ones that you would see in the north or the east or the Midwest. These are big blades and plows that affix on current trucks that we have, and so that'll double our proverbial snow plow fleet, and hopefully we won't have storms occur in the winter every few seasons here in the South, and hopefully we won't have one for a while, but we'll be prepared as early as next winter season.
Yeah, that was the worst, and it wasn't. I mean, it was all across the Mid-South that we just
Yes.
had to deal with that snow and ice, and it just did not go away. It felt like forever, but yeah. I could totally see how other municipalities are kind of retooling their thoughts and lessons learned from that winter experience, no question about it. Before we let you go, Mike, I wanted to ask you about the Germantown ballot because early voting is now underway on the May 5th primary. There is a specific ballot measure that's in Germantown, and it's about full-time mayor versus part-time mayor. Can you just talk a little bit about what the ballot is about and what voters will decide?
Sure, I'll try to be as succinct as possible. I would encourage everyone to get out and vote. Early voting starts today from 11 to 7. It continues to April 30th, and election day is on May the 5th. Our Board of Mayor and Aldermen, our aldermen 4 years ago began to do research on whether the city would need more of a full-time and full service executive or the current model that our charter outlines, which is really, it doesn't outline any type of job, I guess, time constraints. It just has wording about the executive or the mayor will be the executive of the city and chair meetings. So this was an attempt by our board to bring the city more into the modern era. I would encourage folks to do all their independent research and their due diligence. As the sitting mayor, I have been intentional not to get involved in that from a public standpoint, but I would encourage our residents to really do a little bit of research, ask some questions, make sure they get out and vote. This county primary is very important for so many different reasons, but it's important for Germantown. And what I will say about that, Andrew, is I'm very proud of our board. 13 or so years ago, we had a measure on whether we wanted to start our own school district. Having a full-time executive is also an important measure. And so what better way than allow the people that we represent in a representative government to actually make that decision? So, Andrew, please, I would encourage everyone to get out and vote.
Okay, Mike Palazzolo, mayor of the city of Germantown, joining us on the Action News 5 digital desk. As always, Mike, thanks for making time for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew. See you next.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 digital desk. We got a great event scheduled for you, and it's right around the corner. It's April 18th from noon until 6. We're talking about Cooper Young Fest, Porch Fest, that is. And I'm joined on the Action News 5 digital desk by Amanda Yarborough-Dill. She is the executive director of the Cooper Young Community Association. So, Amanda, this is something that's been going on for a number of years. I would think because it is extremely popular. I've heard from so many people that just love it each and every year. Tell us more about it. Good morning.
Hey there. Yeah, good morning. Okay, so Cooper Young Porch Fest is basically a full day of free concerts in our neighborhood. And all of it's free. It's all volunteer based. All the hosts are homeowners who have offered to have music shows on their porches. And then, of course, all the musicians are also volunteering their time to just come out and make it a beautiful day.
Is there certain parts of the neighborhood, Amanda, where people can map out exactly which porches have these concerts at certain times?
Yes. So we do have a map and a schedule, and that will be up on our website later today. That's cooperyoung.org. You can go there and find it. But we'll also be giving away free paper maps, just kind of like while supplies last, at the gazebo that day. So the shows are really all over the neighborhood. We probably have about 6 businesses that are along the corridor of Cooper and Young. They're hosting shows, but then the majority are homeowners, and they're basically spread all across the neighborhood.
It sounds amazing because I know that there's other things involved. You got like, you got the porches, which are a lot of times very prominent in certain parts of that neighborhood. You got the live music, of course, that everybody loves. What else is, just part of integrated in that community and during Porch Fest?
Yeah, so actually we also have an annual community yard sale, and since we started Porch Fest, we do it on the same day. So starting that morning, you can come and go to yard sales, and I think we have nearly 30 yard sales this year. So there will be a map available of all the yard sales too. So you can literally come to Cooper Young in the morning, go to yard sales if that's your thing, go to lunch, and then stick around for music from 12 until 6 p.m.
That sounds fantastic. I love it. What else should people know about this event?
I think just you're welcome to come. This is kind of our thank you to, from our neighborhood to the greater Memphis community who comes here. They support our businesses. Of course, people love to come to Cooper Young Festival. And so this is meant to be a celebration of our neighborhood and music and springtime, and everyone is welcome to come.
It sounds great, sounds amazing, very festive, very Cooper Young, if you will. No doubt about it. Certainly a great time for everybody. We really appreciate you coming on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, Amanda, and look forward to April 18th. Thanks for all the info.
Yeah, thank you so much.
One more time, give us the website address.
Yes, it's cooperyoung.org. And if you go there, I will have the map uploaded today. And just to let y'all know, there are 190 bands playing this year. So it's the biggest Porch Fest ever.
Wait, how many bands?
There's 190 bands on 55 porches this year. So every year it gets a little bigger. Yeah.
Wow, 190 bands. Very, very impressive. Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda. Yeah. Nice. That might be a record somewhere. I don't know.
It's definitely a record for us.
Awesome. Amanda, appreciate it once again. Thanks for coming on the Digital Desk. Good luck with everything April 18th.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm First Alert meteorologist Patrick L. Still got to deal with some scattered showers, rumbles of thunder on the way. We've had some passing showers this morning, which is nice to see officially at the airport. Just about 100th to 200ths of an inch here at Action News 5, about 100th of an inch of rainfall so far this morning. Things could change later on today as we'll have another wave of rain and storms on the way. Keep in mind, not only do we have to deal with the rain, but a couple of these storms could become strong to severe. We're going to be keeping an eye on things 3-4 o'clock this afternoon through about 10 o'clock this evening, where we could have some wind and hail potential developing. Now notice again, these storms are not going to be for every single location, but where the storms are able to flare up here today, they have that potential to become strong to severe. So I want you to stay weather aware. One way to do that, Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. You can download it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and keep an eye on the radar, the severe weather alerts, if they were to come out here. Hopefully we do not have to deal with that here today, but we are going to be here to track them just in case. Of course, the showers and storms will come to an end. The weather does quiet down overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, which will work our way back into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees going into your Friday. So if you're a fan of warm weather, summer variety of weather, I think you got it here going into Friday with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Should get throughout the majority of the day without much fanfare. Maybe a passing shower, but I think those chances are going to be pretty slim. The next best opportunity for rain comes in here on Saturday. I think on and off throughout the course of the day, we'll have rain and storms. You know, earlier this week, we were thinking more so afternoon opportunities, but seemingly getting a little bit earlier each and every run that we're seeing here with at least some scattered activity. I think late morning, early afternoon, that's when we start to see at least the first burst of rain on and off throughout the course of the day. And of course, that keeps us kind of looking at this saying, okay, well, if you got plans, keep an eye to the radar. Now, also, I want you to notice this. As we go through the course of Saturday, we'll probably peak out somewhere in the upper 70s, like lunchtime, by 7 o'clock. Remember, sun sets at like 7:30, and typically we're still pretty warm. The temperatures are coming down, so we're going to see a crashing temperature regime through the afternoon hours. So you'll definitely feel the warmth, the mugginess early on. At the end of the day, it does turn cooler and breezier with that wind coming out of the north and west at that point. Of course, that will usher in cooler weather, drier weather as we head into your Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, not bad, but we got to get there first, my friends. By way of the very warm weather here in the short term, here comes the front slipping in here. We'll go from 78 for a high on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. Mid 70s aren't far off from coming back in here by Monday, which looks to be a pretty nice way to start off your new work and school week. We'll head out the door with temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s on our way to the mid 70s through the afternoon hours, eventually easing your way back down through the 50s heading into the early portions of Tuesday. Now, Tuesday up to around 80 degrees that afternoon. Small mention of a shower in play. And then in the extended range, as we head through the longer term here beyond the 7-day forecast, I wanted you to see this above average rainfall potential stretching from northern Louisiana all the way up towards the Ohio River Valley, including the Mid-South. While Wednesday may get through without much fanfare, maybe a shower here or there, there's going to be better chances for rain. Now, you can't really see it here, but it looks like by Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this upcoming week, we do trend in a direction that would lend itself to better chances for rain and storms through here. And the pattern itself, murky at best, but still better opportunities for rain. And I think also with the overreaching pattern, we may be leaning a little bit in the direction of not just rain and some storms, but maybe a couple of strong to severe storms mixed in from time to time. Not a certainty, we're still a long way away, and things will likely change in that time frame, but something to keep in the back of your mind as we head into the latter half of next week. Remember, we got a lot of festivals going on in the next couple of days and weeks ahead as we are heading into festival season, and that will have implications with these rain chances coming up here, including for Saturday. We've got several events that will have that are outdoor, weather dependent. It's going to be iffy, but we'll have at least no major problems. I don't think severe weather is going to be the issue with that one. Now, severe weather potential is in play for this afternoon into the early evening hours. That's why I want you to stay weather aware with us. Stay up to date on the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. The good news is that once we get past this, there's a couple of quiet, milder days here across the region Sunday and Monday before we get into that murkier pattern towards the end of next week.
Chris, good morning. It's Andrew Douglas. How are you?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you do me a favor and tilt down your camera a little bit? There's a lot of headroom there. A little bit more. Okay, yeah, better. Thank you. We're going to have your name up there. Don't want to block your mouth. Got about 30 seconds left. Just wanted to say hello, and we'll talk to you in a second.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I want to tell you about an event that's happening May 2nd. It is the 7th annual Bartlett Police Week 5K and obstacle course. And The proceeds from the event, all the proceeds, will benefit the Concern of Police Survivors. It's an organization that supports the families of law enforcement officers who've been killed in the line of duty. Joining me now on the Action News 5 digital desk, I'm joined by Bartlett Lieutenant Chris Armstrong to talk more about this event. Chris, good morning to you. It's a pleasure meeting you. Tell me, this event must be popular. I mean, this is the 7th year for the event. Tell me more details about it. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. This is our 7th annual Bartlett Police Week 5K. And every year we've done this event. It's grown. We've had an obstacle course. Every year we add a little bit something different to it to make it more of a family event. We have food trucks. We have an obstacle course, 2 obstacle courses for kids. The kids kind of get to pick which one they want to do. We have an MRAP pull, which is free as a team challenge, which is a pretty good event. We have a Heroes Run where the police officers, firefighters, and military will compete against each other in a 2-person challenge. Just about anything you could think of, we have it. It's kind of an all-day event. We have a lot of vendors. We have a lot of our sponsors come out to help spread their word and get their message out.
Yep, gotcha. And so this is on May 2nd, which is a Saturday. Tell us where it is, because I know that there's so many beautiful parks in Bartlett.
Yeah, it's at the Bartlett First Responders Monument. It's 3599 Appling Road. It's at the corner of Appling Road and Southern Way. It's right down the street from the police department. The event is May 2nd, like you said. Opening ceremonies are 8 o'clock, where we'll have we'll have a prayer, open the national anthem. We'll have a wreath laying ceremony. We'll have a cop survivor who will speak. Then a race starts at 8:30. Once the race, the 5K is over with, probably 9:30ish, we'll start the obstacle course.
You know, those things can be a lot of fun. I've seen them in the past where, you know, there's a challenge. Okay, how many pull-ups could you do? You know, how fast can you go through this obstacle course? Various challenges. It brings people together, doesn't it?
Oh yes, it is. And even if you don't run, you know, some people say they don't want to run, they don't run or anything like that. But this is a run or walk. You know, bring your kids, your strollers, your dogs. The obstacle course, even if you just come out and watch it, grab something to eat and have a drink, it is a really good event. I mean, it's a fun time if you just come out and watch it.
A fun time and also a very worthy cause, Chris. I mean, this is benefiting the Concern of Police Survivors, an acronym for COPS. This is an organization that supports the families of law enforcement officers who've been killed in the line of duty. Tell me more about that organization.
Yes, they were established in 1984. At the time, I think they had less than 1,000 members. Today, they have over 87,000 survivors. And of course, unfortunately, everybody's in the organization is a survivor, either coworker, you know, brother, husband, sister, mother. It's a great organization, and it's sad we have to have it, but I mean, it is really a good thing that they do to help survivors' families. It really is.
I don't doubt it one bit. And again, we're talking about the 7th annual Bartlett Police Week 5K and obstacle course. It's May 2nd. It's going to be at the first monument there, the First Responders Monument off of Appling Road there in the city of Bartlett. Is there anything else that we can touch on before we let you go, Chris? Perhaps people can register teams or just register for the 5K. What else?
Yes, you can register as a team. This is a rain or shine event, so if it rains, we still do it. Everything's put on. You can go online. You can register your kids. You sign up as a team. You get your coworkers. This is a good way to be able to have a work team building and build camaraderie with your team. Sign up for it is really a good thing.
Okay, and where can we sign up online?
Just you go to our website, either go to our Facebook or you can go to the BartlettPoliceCharitable.org and register on there.
Okay, Lieutenant Chris Armstrong with the Bartlett Police Department talking about the 7th annual Bartlett Police Week 5K obstacle course, May 2nd in the city of Bartlett, benefiting an organization that supports the families of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty. Chris, thanks for joining us on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, and good luck on May 2nd.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Okay, another live look from our High Five camera downtown Memphis. On a nice day, clouds are clearing on this Thursday. It is 66 degrees, 9:35. We're back in 1 minute on Action News 5's Digital Desk. Chris, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Check out this video. This is from the Monster Jam that is headed to the Lander Center in South Haven, April 17th, 18th, and 19th. I'm joined on the Action News 5 Digital Desk by Blake Granger, who is a former Monster Jam World Finals ATV racing champion. He has so many other accolades and honors. He's going to be part of the Monster Jam coming later this month. Blake, nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. Super pumped to be coming back to the Lander Center. I was actually there in Maximum Destruction a few years ago. So looking forward to coming back and having a good time.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you guys travel all over the country, internationally as well. What's your background? Do you have a family? When you've been to Memphis, what's it been like? That sort of thing.
Most definitely. I'm actually only 6 hours away from you down in Louisiana. So we're going to be able to make the drive up to you guys, which is awesome because, I've been on Arena Series West this year, and I'm also on the International Series. So I have a lot of flight time under my belt. I literally live in airports and live in airplanes. So to be able to drive and come up to you guys is going to be a nice change of pace for me. But definitely, I'm a family man. I have 3 kids of my own, and we love to just go out and live the Louisiana dream, hunting and fishing and just having a good time on the boat, cooking with family and friends. And, that's what life's all about. But when it comes to Monster Jam, I love the adrenaline rush. I'm a motorsports guy at heart. I grew up racing motocross, and it transferred into a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. And you were talking about World Finals championships. We have the ATV championship, but we also won the Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship last year in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're coming in hot to the Lander Center. I'm excited.
Congratulations on all your success, Blake. Tell us what we're looking at right here, and is this what we can expect at the Lander Center?
Most definitely. Our Arena Series this year, it's a point series, and we are battling for another championship. I was in Arnhem, Holland just last weekend, and I was able to lock up the International Series championship, and I left my Arena Series for 1 weekend, and I am going back to the domestic tour, and I have a 66-point lead with only 4 weeks left to go, and I'm trying to lock up the Arena Series West Championship, and we have the opportunity to potentially do that in South Haven, Mississippi. So I'm trying my best to have a good weekend this weekend as I'm heading off to Des Moines, Iowa. So hopefully when I get to South Haven, I'm bringing all my family and friends down from Louisiana, and hopefully we can have just one awesome weekend in South Haven. We're going to have a backflip ramp. We're going to have a big floor. We're going to have 8 of the best Monster Jam trucks, Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Monster Mud Dalmatian, and so much more. And I just can't wait to get back on the road, hang out with my Monster Jam friends, man. We're at a tour and we're competing against each other, but we're still friends at the end of the day. And I know one thing, we bring one awesome event to Monster Jam. So it's going to be a good time. Hopefully I get to see all you Monster Jam fans there.
Fantastic. Okay, so for someone who's never been and they are interested in going this time around, tell us a little bit about the venue. You know, like the excitement, the tone, the energy inside, and from your perspective, I mean, what's the best thing about being at a Monster Jam?
Most definitely. You know, we have 4 events coming up in South Haven, one Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 Sunday. And one of the best parts about it is the Monster Jam Pit Party. Before the Saturday and Sunday day events, you can come walk the track, meet the drivers, see the trucks up close in person. The kids love it, man. When they walk out on the track and they see these 12,000-pound trucks, you know, they're as big as it gets. And it's just such an adrenaline rush for these kids and even the adults, man. Like, who doesn't love massive American muscle? That's exactly what this is. And not only that, Monster Jam, man, we are doing things nowadays in these 12,000-pound trucks on floors just like the Lander Center that are unheard of, you know, from two-wheel skills to backflips to these crazy reverse sidewall saves. It's insane. And if you just watch this video you guys are playing now, it literally shows you what we are capable of doing in these 12,000-pound trucks. The carnage, the wrecks, the wild saves, the crazy moments. And that's what Monster Jam is all about. You know, I love saying it doesn't matter if you're 3 years old or 75 years old. It's for the whole family. And people that have never been before, they show up not knowing what to expect. They think it's just loud noise, big trucks, and, you know, craziness. But then they come and experience it. And when the event's over, they're like, oh my gosh, when does it come back? That was completely different than what we expected. We wish we would have known sooner. We will be back. And that's mission accomplished on our end as Monster Jam drivers and athletes. We're trying to give you guys the most fun, family-friendly, live atmosphere that you guys can get. And what makes it even better is judgeszone.com. You guys are the judges of the entire event. So we include the fans in the moment. There's not many sports that you can show up and do that. It's pretty awesome.
That, no question about it. Talk about tickets, how people can get them. How much are they?
Most definitely, monsterjam.com. You can go on Monster Jam, click on the tickets link. You can see everywhere where we're headed, all over the U.S., but as for South Haven, Mississippi, you can go on monsterjam.com. You can look at all 4 events. You can also buy your pit party passes. And something also awesome that we do is when the event's over, we have a meet and greet for up to 100 fans after every event. So they can go and also buy meet and greet tickets. That way, if they saw something crazy during the event, they can come meet with us backstage after the event, hang out with us, talk about those crazy events, talk about the backflip, talk about that crazy wreck or save that we had. It's pretty awesome. We try to do so many things to include the fans and make it truly a unique event. And that's what's so awesome about Monster Jam. And like I said, we're battling for a points championship. So we're not just showing up to drive in circles and have a good time. We are competing for a chance to go to the Monster Jam World Finals, July 4th weekend, Salt Lake City, Utah. And that right there puts a chip on every driver's shoulder to go out and perform at the best of their abilities. I know I'm coming in hot. I know last time I was there, we had a good time. We threw it down. We won a couple events. We're looking to come do it again.
All right. Well, listen, Blake Granger, you are certainly selling it for us today on the Action News 5 digital desk. I love watching this video, too. It's so intense and it's so amazing to watch. I can only imagine what it's going to be like in South Haven at the Lander Center. Appreciate you coming on. Congratulations on all your success in your career. And we'll look for you April 17th, 18th, and 19th. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me, and see you guys.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Check that out. That's a live picture from our downtown High Five camera. A comfortable 69 degrees. The sun is shining. A little bit of clouds out there, but just a gorgeous shot downtown. Tom Lee Park, the pyramid off in the distance, I-40 bridge, Mississippi River. Fantastic day ahead for everybody. We'll be talking more about the forecast in depth with meteorologist Patrick Ellis in just a little bit. But first, I want to talk about an amazing festival that's getting underway this weekend. In fact, on Sunday, April 29th, from 11 in the morning until 7 o'clock in the evening, downtown Memphis on Riverside Drive, you can celebrate spring in Memphis at the Ragin' Cajun Festival, benefiting Porter Leaf. And it is amazing. If you love Cajun food, if you love the crawfish, the Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival is the place to be. Joining me on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, I got Mary Braddock with Porter Leaf joining me now to talk more about this festival and everything about it. It's been going on a long time, Mary, and this is it's finally here this year. Good morning.
That's right. We've been doing it for about 33 years. So we're really excited to bring it back. And that view you just shot for the weather, if we could have that this weekend on Sunday, that would be great.
Seriously, that would be fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about what it means for Porter Leaf as we take a look at those mouth-watering crawfish that are going to be a part of this festival. I love crawfish myself, but you know, anytime there's a crawfish festival, it's always a celebration, and it's going to such a great cause.
Sure. You know, crawfish, when I think about it, is really kind of a social thing, a community thing that you do together with, you know, your friends. And I think, you know, that just goes back to all that Porter Leaf is. We want to serve our community. We serve about 40,000 children and families throughout the year. And so this is our largest fundraiser for the year, and people can come down and help us, you know, support everything from preschool to foster care and just really serving families in our community.
So tell me about what it's been like in the past, and you know, and so because it's going to be great weather, we already know that, and so what can we expect when we head downtown? Absolutely.
So you can come on down to Riverside Drive. You'll see us. You won't miss us. We'll have 2 stages full of music. Of course, we'll have a Zydeco band coming from Louisiana, so it'll be just as fresh and delicious as our crawfish. And we'll have 25 vendors of you know, local food and goods straight from Memphis. So if crawfish isn't your thing, that's totally fine. We have lots of options for you. It's family friendly. It's free admission. So there's no reason not to come downtown this weekend.
No question about it. So when it comes to the benefits for the kids at Porter Leaf, how does this play a part?
This helps us raise funds for all of our work throughout the year. Of course, we do a lot of work around early childhood services and education. So that's children from birth to age 5. And that helps with preschool services, Head Start, early Head Start, all of our early literacy programming through Books from Birth. So this really goes straight to all of the services that we provide throughout the year. And lots of families can benefit from what we do. And I love that it's families helping other families right here in our community.
Yeah, no question. So let's talk about tickets, how people can get down there, and how many people do you expect or that typically come down?
Typically, we have about 30,000 people who come to the festival. And that sounds like a lot, but we are there from 11 to 7. So there's plenty of room for everyone. But yeah, it's free admission, so just come on down. And really the cost is as much as you want to spend on food and a little fun. We'll have entertainment. We have races for our little friends. We have races for children with live crawfish. We have crawfish bobbing, crawfish eating. So there's a little something for everybody.
Oh yeah, and so once again, this is the Porter Leaf Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival, 33rd annual, this Sunday, April 19th from 11 in the morning till 7 o'clock, downtown Memphis, Riverside Drive. 30,000 expected, free admission. music, fun, games, and of course lots of food and all that crawfish. It's going to be great. Mary Braddock joining us on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Appreciate you previewing this amazing festival. We look forward to it. Thank you for your time. To the Action News 5 Digital Desk. If you're new to Memphis, if you've been in Memphis several years, perhaps you're a lifelong Memphian. You're always looking for things to do, places to go, things to see, that sort of thing. The best resource for everybody, I was trying to think of the right word, but the best resource for everyone out there is I Love Memphis, in my opinion. I think it's a wonderful resource for anybody. Any time of the year you're looking for something to do, perhaps you got people coming into town, or you just want to get out with your girlfriends, or a guy's night, or whatever. We got Jalen Suchek joining us on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. She is always in the know when it comes to I Love Memphis and I Love Memphis blog. She runs it with some others out there. And how's that going, by the way? You've been doing this now for quite a bit. Everything going well, Jalen? Good morning.
Yeah, it's great. And Andrew, I mean, I love your intros. You always give the best intro, so thank you for that. But yeah, everything's been great. I've been at the helm now about, gosh, almost 3 years. We've been really trying to build up a strong contributor team, so it's not just one voice. It's more of collective voices around the city to just tap into everything there is, because one person can obviously not do it all, because contrary to some belief, there is so much to do in the city, and I'm happy to be constantly busy.
Okay, so I can't remember the publication, but someone outside of Memphis sent me something that said top 5 most boring cities was Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm like, what, are you on crack or something? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're living in a different world if you think that. I refute that
exactly.
vehemently.
100%. 100%. So anyway, enough about that. I'm off my soapbox. Let's talk.
I know we could go on a whole rant on that.
I know I'm preaching to the choir. Jalen, let's talk about these happy hours that I understand are bigger and better than ever these days, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, in restaurants, we know it's hard, so they have to be a little more competitive. So we always have a happy hours guide to deals. Blog. We just recently updated it because, like the Memphis weather, happy hour deals change quickly. So I say this all with preface that, call ahead if you want to confirm it, or look on their socials just to make sure that it's still accurate. Because again, it can change. They might have new offerings or different days, different hours. This is why we have to routinely update this guide. But I had to ask you, Andrew, do you have a favorite happy hour around the city?
I wish I did. I think I might need to. Give me some
We'll
points.
find you one by the end of this.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess I can just hop in. So our guide has about 15 spots. And I mean, of course, that is not speaking to every great happy hour in the city. We really tried to boil it down to places that have good daily happy hour offerings. Some places maybe it's just a Monday night or a Thursday night. So that's how we kind of organized it. We are always open to more feedback and adding more places. So if you have a good spot, please let us know. We love to take people's recommendations and infuse them into the guide. So I picked 3 of my favorites from the guide, different little spots in town. The first is Bell Tavern. And Andrew, I'm not sure if you've heard of Bell Tavern. Some people, you bring it up and they're never heard of this place before.
I haven't. Tell me more. I'm interested, though. Looks great.
Yeah, and so I think a reason people don't know about it is because it's a hidden bourbon bar in an alleyway in downtown Memphis. So the Barbaro Alley, just around the corner from Aldo's, tucked in there between, like the Peabody and South Main. This is just a great spot in general. Some of the best people work there, and they have a very, very generous happy hour. This is one of my favorites. So you can get $4 domestic beers, $7 house cocktails, and $7 glasses of wine. Those house cocktails include like Manhattans, Old Fashions, French 75s, martinis. Harold is one of the main bartender there. He is kind of, if you know name in the city, one of the best bartenders. So you get a great deal, and you have one of the best bartenders making them. He makes some of the best Old Fashions. I love the French 75. They also have really good food. And if you're still having difficulty placing it, it's in the back of where 117 Prime was. So they use
Okay, yes,
same
I know where
kitchen
that
there.
is. You had me at Hidden Bourbon Bar, Jalen. That sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah, when we posted a reel of them, people were like, I've worked in downtown my whole life and I didn't know this existed. And it's been there for several years. So I always love to share that one. And that happy hour deal is Tuesday to Saturday from 4 to 7. So pretty generous because you don't have too many that give you a Friday and Saturday for those happy hour deals.
Sweet. What
And
else you got?
We are moving into Midtown now. This is one of my favorite bars in the city to go to for a cocktail outside of happy hour or with happy hour. The great news is they have a very, very good, nice, generous happy hour. I am amazed that they still continue having it. It's such a good deal. But this is Cameo in Midtown. It's on Union Avenue, right across from the Firehouse. They have, for their happy hour, half off classic cocktails, draft beer, and glasses of house and red wine, white wines too. And then they also do an $8 Cool Kids burger, which is so delicious. You have to order it. But this is, one of the best cocktail bars in the city. They have just numerous cocktail options. And normally when you're talking about quantity, you're kind of fearful about the quality. You get both at this bar. It's one of my favorites. And their sister bar, Mary's BOTE, also has a great happy hour. That's the Tiki Bar in Cooper Young. But you can get this happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. And on Monday, it's all night long. But love Cameo. It's a great place if you haven't checked it out yet.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. I love it. Okay, now you're bringing it this morning. I love this, and I know it's the morning, and I know people don't like generally drinking cocktails until the afternoon, but I'm feeling it.
There's a reason they start at 4.
Yes, and I've been up since 2 o'clock. Just saying.
Oh, hey, I used to do those days too, and I got to give you props. It's hard being up that early, and your happy hour starts probably more about noon.
Yeah, or before, but don't tell anybody. Anyway, go ahead.
So my third favorite place, and I feel like this is the place where people are like, no, do not tell people about this. We don't want more people coming. It is Swamp Bar in Overton Square. This is one of my favorite spots in the city too, for food, drinks. Kelly English spot right next to Second Line. Their happy hour it's just like unbelievably cheap. They have $2 High Lifes, $3 Stellas, $4 House Highballs, $5 Margaritas, which are really good, $5 Anandas, which is Wiseacres IPA, and $6 House Wine. And they do that from Wednesday to Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. So you have the whole weekend in there. And that's just the days they're open. So that's why it starts on Wednesday. So every day they're open 5 to 7. Really cool vibes, just one of the best spots. And I know I'm going to hear grumbles of, why'd you have to tell people about it?
And you said on the I Love Memphis blog, you have like 15 listed, right?
Yep, if you go to our ilovememphisblog.com right now on our homepage, it's one of our feature stories. You can click on it and you can go through all 15 spots, maybe recommend a spot of your own, and you can check out all those deals. I mean, I don't have to put teasers, like Laughlin's on there. They have a great happy hour, so I'm going to leave that as a little teaser to get people to go to it.
Perfect. All right, Jalen Suchek, really appreciate every time you come on the I Love Memphis blog or come on the Digital Desk to talk about the blog. Always good info, chock full for everybody to see, no matter where you live. We appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew, and I hope to see you at a happy hour.
Anne Marie, good morning. It's Andrew Douglas.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. We got about 45 seconds before we come to you. Thanks for making time. Appreciate the info.
Yes, thanks for the opportunity to share this great again opportunity to do this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Can you tilt your camera down just a smidge? There's a little bit of headroom there. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll talk to you in a second, okay?
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Do you know who this guy is? This is Bill Nye the Science Guy, and he is part of a competition to find Colossal's America Favorite Teacher. Okay, this is a nationwide campaign, and there's a nationwide competition in order to get Bill Nye the Science Guy into your classroom. And there is a local teacher here in the Mid-South that's trying to do just that and is involved in this competition. And I am joined by that teacher right now on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Anne Marie Dean is a 5th grade math and science teacher at Bailey Station Elementary, and she is joining us to talk about this competition, trying to get Bill Nye to come to Collierville, to her classroom, speak to the classroom. Tell me about this competition, Anne Marie, and where are we in this competition? How you're doing so far? Good morning.
Andrew, I'm super excited about this opportunity. Right now, today is the last day to vote for this leg of it, and we have to be in the top 5. And right now in my group, I am number 2. So I would really like to be first. And then after that, we go to the top winner in the group. And I'm not exactly sure how many different groups there are, but I am number 2 in my group, and I've made it so far. But this competition is such a awesome adventure for these kids to get Bill Nye the Science Guy to come to Bailey Station Elementary in Collierville and do a lesson and talk to them. And I was kind of surveying my students, and I said, hey, how many of you know Bill Nye the Science Guy? And a lot of them didn't. So when I started teaching in '99, he had just finished airing his shows, which of course it went on past that, but he stopped filming them. And in 1999. And so I was a science teacher, brand new out of college, and I had no clue what I was doing. So I depended on Bill Nye the Science Guy to help enrich my lesson. So it is super exciting. The kids are excited. They ask me every single day, hey, Miss Dean, where are you? What are you doing? What place are you in? So it's super, super exciting.
I bet. Well, you know, it very much is an exciting competition here. And so tell us about like where we are in the stage. You said you got to finish in the top 5 right now. You're number 2 in your little group. Then what happens? Do we know?
Well, we do. So after today, they'll announce the top 5. And then, so it does it a week at a time. So next Thursday, you have to win your group to automatically move on. If you get in second place, it's kind of like the March Madness with basketball. They have or baseball too. They have wild cards. In the second place in each group will go into a wild card voting, and it'll last 2 days instead of a week. And then you will be divided into different regions of the nation. And the top winner, that'll be the quarterfinals. And so you have to win your quarterfinal, and then they'll divide you up again, and then you'll do the semifinal, and then you'll get into the finals. And then I believe it's the first week in June that they will finally announce the winner, but it could be the last week of school. So it'll be super exciting to get to that point. But again, we're playing week by week and just keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're all rooting for you here at Action News 5. It's certainly an exciting opportunity for you, and there's other prizes involved, right?
There are some personal prizes. There's cash, there's a trip, and of course, I would absolutely love to have those, but I just cannot I mean, I am just busting with energy to have Bill Nye the Science Guy come. I mean, my kids, my students, the faculty, everybody here at Bailey Station is just eager to have him come. From the research that I've looked into, he puts on a great assembly for the kids. And I just really think that if he came to Bailey Station, it would really ignite the love of science learning again. And that's really my main purpose of it, is to, get kids really interested in science. The Planetary Society is the main backbone to this. And they just did a huge segment on the last mission to space. And so my class, I have 2 classes, and we both have been very, very eager in what they have shown us. But again, to have the famous Bill Nye the Science Guy come to Bailey Station in Collierville would just be fabulous.
I agree 100% with you. Okay, so we have thousands of people that watch each and every morning here on the Digital Desk. And tell us how we can get involved in this competition, how we can vote for you, that sort of thing.
Okay, it is a Facebook backbone program, so you do have to be a Facebook member to vote. And I have a link that people can click on. It is a free vote every 24 hours, so you can vote once for 24 hours. If you would like to pledge votes, the money does go to the Planetary Society, and it helps with putting their not really their curriculum, but their ideas, their pictures, their images, and everything into the schools. And of course, it helps me out again. Like, for instance, if you do $10, that's 10 votes. So yeah, you vote once for every 24 hours.
Okay, and you said Facebook. Is there a page that we can go to?
I do have a link that I can share with you that they can click on, but it is, you can also go to the America's Favorite Teacher page, and then it'll have the list of the 5 or the 10 of us that are left in our group, and then you can vote that way as well.
Okay, so Colossal's America's Favorite Teacher Competition, that's what you should put in the search bar when you're looking for this competition. And then once that comes up, you go to the website and they can find you and vote for you. Is that right?
Absolutely. Or they can just type in America's Favorite Teacher and it will go too. So either way.
Okay, Anne Marie Dean, good luck. Congratulations on making it this far, and the quest to bring Bill Nye the Science Guy to the Mid-South, to your 5th grade class at Bailey Station in Collierville. We appreciate your time on the Digital Desk. Thank you and good luck. Keep us posted, okay?
Thank you, Andrew, and I sure will.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Another live look from our High Five camera on shaping up to be a nice day today on this Thursday. 66 degrees, 8 minutes after 10. Your forecast in 1 minute. Great job, Ann. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrew. And I definitely will reach out as the progress goes on to let you and keep you updated.
Did you have my kids when they were at Bailey Station?
I didn't. The one interaction that I had with you was when your daughter was in 3rd grade and we were going to Graceland and she got sick on the bus. And I helped, my sister works for Graceland, so I helped put that field trip together. And so I waited at the gate for your wife to come and pick her up because she got so sick and whatever. So that is a lot. And then I think just you being around here with the spelling bee and all that. Yeah, I've seen you. We saw each other. We interacted so many times. So, but
you
no,
look
I never
so familiar. So yes. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I've been here
Appreciate it,
since
Anne Marie.
the beginning,
Thank you.
since we opened. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us here on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm First Alert meteorologist Patrick L. Still got to deal with some scattered showers, rumbles of thunder on the way. We've had some passing showers this morning, which is nice to see. Officially at the airport, just about 100 to 200ths of an inch here at Action News 5, about 100th of an inch of rainfall so far this morning. Things could change later on today as we'll have another wave of rain and storms on the way. Keep in mind, not only do we have to deal with the rain, but a couple of these storms could become strong to severe. We're going to be keeping an eye on things. 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon through about 10 o'clock this evening, where we could have some wind and hail potential developing. Now notice again, these storms are not going to be for every single location, but where the storms are able to flare up here today, they have that potential to become strong to severe. So I want you to stay weather aware. One way to do that, Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. You can download it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and keep an eye on the radar, the severe weather alerts, if they were to come out here. Hopefully we do not have to deal with that here today, but we are going to be here to track them just in case. Of course, the showers and storms will come to an end. The weather does quiet down overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, which will work our way back into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees going into your Friday. So if you're a fan of warm weather, summer variety of weather, I think you got it here going into Friday with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Should get throughout the majority of the day without much fanfare. Maybe a passing shower, but I think those chances are going to be pretty slim. The next best opportunity for rain comes in here on Saturday. I think on and off throughout the course of the day we'll have rain and storms. You know, earlier this week we were thinking more so afternoon opportunities, but seemingly getting a little bit earlier each and every run that we're seeing here with at least some scattered activity. I think late morning, early afternoon, that's when we start to see at least the first burst of rain on and off throughout the course of the day. And of course, that keeps us kind of looking at this saying, okay, well, if you got plans, keep an eye to the radar. Now, also, I want you to notice this. As we go through the course of Saturday, we'll probably peak out somewhere in the upper 70s, like lunchtime, by 7 o'clock. Remember, sun sets at like 7:30, and typically we're still pretty warm. The temperatures are coming down, so we're going to see a crashing temperature regime through the afternoon hours. So you'll definitely feel the warmth, the mugginess early on. At the end of the day, it does turn cooler and breezier with that wind coming out of the north and west at that point. And of course, that will usher in cooler weather, drier weather as we head into your Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, not bad, but we got to get there first, my friends. By way of the very warm weather here in the short term, here comes the front slipping in here. We'll go from 78 for a high on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. Mid 70s aren't far off from coming back in here by Monday, which looks to be a pretty nice way to start off your new work and school week. We'll head out the door with temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s on our way to the mid 70s through the afternoon hours, eventually easing your way back down through the 50s heading into the early portions of Tuesday. Now, Tuesday up to around 80 degrees that afternoon. Small mention of a shower in play. And then in the extended range, as we head through the longer term here beyond the 7-day forecast, I wanted you to see this above average rainfall potential stretching from northern Louisiana all the way up towards the Ohio River Valley, including the Mid-South. While Wednesday may get through without much fanfare, maybe a shower here or there, there's going to be better chances for rain. Now, you can't really see it here, but it looks like by Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this upcoming week, we do trend in a direction that would lend itself to better chances for rain and storms through here. And the pattern itself, murky at best, but still better opportunities for rain. And I think also with the overreaching pattern, we may be leaning a little bit in the direction of not just rain and some storms, but maybe a couple of strong to severe storms mixed in from time to time. Not a certainty, we're still a long way away, and things will likely change in that time frame, but something to keep in the back of your mind as we head into the latter half of next week. Remember, we got a lot of festivals going on in the next couple of days and weeks ahead as we are heading into festival season, and that will have implications with these rain chances coming up here, including for Saturday. We've got several events that will have that are outdoor, weather dependent. It's going to be iffy, but we'll have at least no major problems. I don't think severe weather is going to be the issue with that one. Now, severe weather potential is in play for this afternoon into the early evening hours. That's why I want you to stay weather aware with us. Stay up to date on the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. The good news is that once we get past this, there's a couple of quiet, milder days here across the region Sunday and Monday before we get into that murkier pattern towards the end of next week.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Well, I have got a treat for you. Have you seen this illusionist? His name is Leon Etienne, and he is playing in downtown Memphis. Later this month, he's been on all kinds of different shows, national television, America's Got Talent, Jimmy Fallon, Masters of Illusion, Penn and Teller. Amazing stuff here. He is recognized for his charisma, fast-paced, high-energy, rock and roll edge performance style, and an incredible no-nonsense approach to magic. And joining me on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, I have Leon joining us right now to talk about the show that's coming up April 18th. Leon, it's nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about your background. Good morning.
So great to meet you too, man. Thank you so much for having me. Born and raised in upstate New York at 12 years old. I was grounded by my mother. I was bored out of my mind. And underneath my bed at that time, there was no internet. There was no TV in my room. So underneath my bed, I had three things. I had a fire truck, I had my hockey equipment, and I had a magic book that my grandparents gave me. And I was just out of pure boredom. I opened that book up. I read my first trick, instantly fell in love. Left my room when I was grounded, which is a no-no. And my mom was like, Leon, what are you doing out of your room? I said, Mom, pick a card, right? And she picked a card and I blew her mind. And from that day on, I've been hooked. And that was over 30 years ago.
Wow. Okay. So this is some video that we're seeing from one of your shows. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so you're seeing a lot of clips from Penn and Teller Fool Us. I've been on that show twice. From America's Got Talent, I made it to the finals on that series, and also Jimmy Fallon, and then Masters of Illusion as well. And then there's some clips from that big show, which we are bringing to Memphis. This is going to be incredible. It is basically, people describe Magic Rocks as if like David Copperfield and Van Halen had a baby, right? You put those two things together, you get a high energy rock and roll style magic show, which I feel like with the music history of Memphis and Beale Street is the perfect show for this city. We've been in Memphis before. I've done some halftime shows for the Grizzlies, and then I've done a lot of private shows. But this is the first time we've done a public show in a long time there.
Fantastic, Leon. Well, tell us what the audience can expect here. I mean, we saw a little bit of those clips, about 30 seconds or so. How long's the show? Is there interaction? What is it?
Yeah. So the show's going to be in two segments. We do have an intermission because it breaks up into about, it's like 60 minutes for the first segment and then about 45 for the second segment of the show. Gives people enough time to stretch. But this is a completely family-friendly show. Yes, it's high energy. Yes, there's a lot of cool visuals. But this is good for literally from everyone from grandpa to the grandkids. Bring everyone, bring the family. As a matter of fact, let me give you a little preview. Can everyone see the ring on my finger? You can see that in the studio, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Watch. If I take the ring off, watch. When I let go, check it out. It jumps right back up on that finger, guys.
Nice.
Even if I loosen it first and then let go, it still finds its way back to the finger. So that's just a little sample. This is just the stuff I do for fun for interviews. But if you like that, you're going to love what you see on TV. Now, we know what this is, right? Brand name, Sharpie marker. But in my industry, we call these magic markers. And that's because they perform magic. Look, check it out. If I touch it to the air, it vanishes. And then you get it back. Like that. That's pretty crazy, right? That's a fun visual.
Not bad, not bad. Who were your inspirations? You mentioned Copperfield a minute ago.
Yeah. So growing up for me, believe it or not, it's probably someone that no one's ever heard of in America because he's a Dutch illusionist. His name is Hans Klok. And growing up when I was exposed to him on TV, I was like, wow, this guy is like kind of where it's at. Very high energy, very fast-paced illusion, keeps the show going. But there was a series on TV years ago called World's Greatest Magic. And it happened for 5 years, and it was on NBC, I think. But it happened on Thanksgiving Eve, right? The perfect time to have a TV show back then because families were gathering around, getting ready for the holiday the next day. So they had this special called World's Greatest Magic, and it literally showed some of the best magicians in the world. And at that time, when I was getting into magic, that's what did it for me. I mean, I saw so many wonderful things from close-up magic to stage magic. This show has a little bit of everything for everybody. It's interactive. I call volunteers on stage if people want to help out, but also you can just sit there and relax and enjoy yourselves as well.
Is this 2 hours? How long is it, would you say?
Yeah, so all in all, it's about 90 minutes, but there is a 15 to 20 minute intermission in between those segments of the show. So yeah, you'll be there for about 2 hours. But check it out. I can do another trick for you guys. Check this out. So we got the marker from before. We'll just place this here for a second. And the ring. check this out, guys. I'm going to angle the camera down. Everyone, watch the ring, because if I squeeze it, and then I use the magic wand like Harry Potter, right? Check it out. I tap, and that ring then vanishes. And then you cause the marker to vanish again. And then you get the marker back like that, guys. And look, if I take that cap off the marker and shake, that ring will jump right back out of that cap. That isn't possible. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you let me know. You let me know. All right, so check
Okay.
this out. This is a deck of cards. I want everyone to see it is just a deck of cards, okay? And now this will work virtually through the studio. So whenever you want, please just say stop for me.
Stop.
All right, right there. I'm going to push that card forward, okay? I'm going to put my
Yeah.
head down so I do not see this card. Tell me, can you see that in the camera?
Sure can.
Okay, look, all I'm going to do is put it right back on top of the deck and watch how fun this is. I just cut the cards in half and bury your card right in the middle. That's fair. Now, all I need you to do is think of your card. Everyone at home, think of the card you just saw. Watch this. Think right now. Because with just a snap of the fingers, look, guys, one card and one card only has now changed color. Look, they are all blue, but look, one card only has changed color. The only one. Everyone at home, continue thinking of that card, because with just another snap, for the first time, can you tell me what the card is?
It's a 9 of diamonds.
The 9 of diamonds?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank God we got it. The 9 of diamonds. Exactly. So check it out, check it out. If I put the 9 of diamonds here in my hat, right? Say stop one more time for me. Say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
All right, look at that card. You got it?
Yep.
And check it out. All I do again is snap my fingers after it goes back in the middle, and one card turns red, guys. One card and one card only turns red. Well, there is still one card that's red. It's been here in full view the
No
entire
way.
time.
No way.
Check it out, guys. Hopefully your card.
Oh,
Exactly.
very
Magic Rocks,
impressive.
guys. Come see us in a
Yes.
couple weeks at the Hollerin Center. It's going to be awesome.
Very, very impressive, Leon. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the Digital Desk. Good luck on your tour. Congratulations on all your success. We'll see you on April 18th.
Thank you, guys. You rock.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Camp Good Grief. Have you heard about it? It's been around for over 25 years, and it is something that is enabling people to provide a safe environment for grieving children, teens, and adults to explore and express their feelings related to the death of a loved one, perhaps a family member, and learn to thrive in a world without that special person. Baptist Memorial Care has offered Camp Good Grief since 1999, and they're going to offer it once again this year, coming up in June. But there is a fundraiser I'd like to tell you about that's happening this month in April. And joining me on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, Angela Hamlin is going to talk more about Camp Good Grief and this fundraiser that is upcoming. Angela, this is a camp that I personally know many people have attended, and they say nothing but great things. Can you briefly talk a little bit about what this camp does, why it was started, and the fundraiser? Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, thanks so much for having me. Yes, what an honor to do this work, and what an honor for Baptist to be the leader of grief care in our community. We did start the first grief camp in 1999, and that has grown into our grief centers that we have several of across the Mid-South, where we're able to provide free grief counseling to children, teens, and adults. All of that care is provided by mental health providers. We have trained volunteers who help assist with our camps, but all of this that we have been able to create, and we're so fortunate that we have been, is because the community has asked us for it. And now we're asking for the community to help support us through the Art of Caring, which is our annual fundraiser. This year, it's Thursday, April 16th from 6 to 8:30 at the FedEx Event Center at Shelby Farms. It's a wonderful night of great food, great art, great entertainment, and just for a chance for the community to come together and help support these programs of the Kimmons Wilson Family Center for Good Grief, and all of the camps and the individual grief counseling, the grief groups. We do crisis intervention. We have a podcast called Grief is Real, Big, Better Shared. All of that is here because the community has asked us for it. And so now we want the community to come out and have a great night with us and help give back to the program.
So if someone's hearing this and they're very familiar with Camp Good Grief, which I know many people are, how can they support this fundraiser?
So get tickets, join us for the night. So tickets are $50. You can get those tickets online and come and just have a great night with us. Great art. There's going to be several opportunities where you can do things. There's a floral decorating bar. There's a cannoli bar station. There's so many different opportunities of just fun things at this event, and just coming together and supporting grievers, giving back through purchasing tickets. Come with your friends. All of the money raised from this event goes directly to the services. So this event helps us provide grief counseling at the Kimmons Wilson Family Center for Good Grief, the podcasts, the grief groups, the camps, all the things that we're able to do through our grief center. This event helps support.
Is there a website where people can go and check it out and then perhaps buy the tickets?
Yes, absolutely. You can go to bmhgiving.org. So again, bmhgiving.org. There's an event tab. You can click on that and go to Art of Caring. You can purchase tickets. The art will be up April 9th, and you can start, you can see the art in advance, and you can even start bidding on April 9th. So we would love for people to join us just to help come and give back to the grievers of our community and to the programs that we're so proud to be able to provide.
This is Camp Good Grief. This is a free camp. Can you talk about when it's going to be and perhaps ways that people can get involved in that too?
Yes, so camp is in June this year, but one of the things that we're so proud of is that we've expanded camp to year-round services. So we have a new building with our Collierville campus, Dorothy's Cottage, and at Dorothy's Cottage, we gather as grievers. And so Camp Good Grief now happens monthly for children and for our teens through our Dorothy's Cottage. And so that's really been wonderful to be able to extend the services year round. But we still do have our summer camp in June, and people can always support us through donations, through volunteering. And so if you're ever interested in that, you can find out all about us at our website, baptistgriefcenters.org. And if you're interested in learning about our services, coming in for a tour, or learning other ways that you can help provide support financially or through volunteerism, all you have to do is reach out.
Okay, Angela Hamblin with Baptist Memorial Hospital. We appreciate it. Good luck on the fundraiser, April 16th, the FedEx Event Center. Perfect place for it. Tickets $50, very reasonable. Sounds like an amazing time. We appreciate you joining us on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us here on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm First Alert meteorologist Patrick Ellis. Still got to deal with some scattered showers, rumbles of thunder on the way. We've had some passing showers this morning, which is nice to see. Officially at the airport, just about 100 to 200ths of an inch here at Action News 5, about 100th of an inch of rainfall so far this morning. Things could change later on today as we'll have another wave of rain and storms on the way. Keep in mind, not only do we have to deal with the rain, but a couple of these storms could become strong to severe. We're going to be keeping an eye on things 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon through about 10 o'clock this evening, where we could have some wind and hail potential developing. Now notice again, these storms are not going to be for every single location, but where the storms are able to flare up here today, they have that potential to become strong to severe. So I want you to stay weather aware. One way to do that, Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. You can download it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and keep an eye on the radar, the severe weather alerts if they were to come out here. Hopefully we do not have to deal with that here today, but we are going to be here to track them just in case. Of course, the showers and storms will come to an end. The weather does quiet down overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, which will work our way back into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees going into your Friday. So if you're a fan of warm weather, summer variety of weather, I think you got it here going into Friday with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Should get throughout the majority of the day without much fanfare. Maybe a passing shower, but I think those chances are going to be pretty slim. The next best opportunity for rain comes in here on Saturday. I think on and off throughout the course of the day we'll have rain and storms. You know, earlier this week we were thinking more so afternoon opportunities, but seemingly getting a little bit earlier each and every run that we're seeing here with at least some scattered activity. I think late morning, early afternoon, that's when we start to see at least the first burst of rain on and off throughout the course of the day. And of course, that keeps us kind of looking at this saying, okay, well, if you got plans, keep an eye to the radar. Now, also, I want you to notice this. As we go through the course of Saturday, we'll probably peak out somewhere in the upper 70s, like lunchtime, by 7 o'clock. Remember, sun sets at like 7:30, and typically we're still pretty warm. The temperatures are coming down, so we're going to see a crashing temperature regime through the afternoon hours. So you'll definitely feel the warmth, the mugginess early on. At the end of the day, it does turn cooler and breezier with that wind coming out of the north and west at that point. And of course, that will usher in cooler weather, drier weather as we head into your Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, not bad, but we got to get there first, my friends. By way of the very warm weather here in the short term, here comes the front slipping in here. We'll go from 78 for a high on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. Mid 70s aren't far off from coming back in here by Monday, which looks to be a pretty nice way to start off your new work and school week. We'll head out the door with temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s on our way to the mid 70s through the afternoon hours, eventually easing your way back down through the 50s heading into the early portions of Tuesday. Now, Tuesday up to around 80 degrees that afternoon. Small mention of a shower in play. And then in the extended range, as we head through the longer term here beyond the 7-day forecast, I wanted you to see this above average rainfall potential stretching from northern Louisiana all the way up towards the Ohio River Valley, including the Mid-South. While Wednesday may get through without much fanfare, maybe a shower here or there, there's going to be better chances for rain. Now, you can't really see it here, but it looks like by Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this upcoming week, we do trend in a direction that would lend itself to better chances for rain and storms through here. And the pattern itself, murky at best, but still better opportunities for rain. And I think also with the overreaching pattern, we may be leaning a little bit in the direction of not just rain and some storms, but maybe a couple of strong to severe storms mixed in from time to time. Not a certainty, we're still a long way away, and things will likely change in that time frame, but something to keep in the back of your mind as we head into the latter half of next week. Remember, we got a lot of festivals going on in the next couple of days and weeks ahead as we are heading into festival season, and that will have implications with these rain chances coming up here, including for Saturday. We've got several events that will have that are outdoor, weather dependent. It's going to be iffy, but we'll have at least no major problems. I don't think severe weather is going to be the issue with that one. Now, severe weather potential is in play for this afternoon into the early evening hours. That's why I want you to stay weather aware with us. Stay up to date on the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. The good news is that once we get past this, there's a couple of quiet, milder days here across the region Sunday and Monday before we get into that murkier pattern towards the end of next week.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Gorgeous weather outside. It's time to check out one of the prettiest places in the entire Mid-South, the 96 acres of beauty. I'm joined on the Action News 5 digital desk by Jenna Harris with Memphis Botanic Garden. She is there to talk about all the great things they have each and every week, day, year, all the time. And there is a specific event that's happening May 3rd. Jenna, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, every day is beautiful here at the garden. It's different every day and things are blooming constantly. So even if you've come another day and you're going to see something else blooming. And yeah, so right now we are in the middle of our celebration of our bloom season. So that started off with our cherry trees in March, our tulips in April, and our tulips tuliped a little bit earlier than everybody thought they were going to, but it was a gorgeous time. Hopefully everybody got a chance to come out and see that. But now we're getting ready to step into one of my favorites, which is our Southern Delights. That's our roses that will begin to peak fairly soon. Our irises, the magnolias, the dogwoods are already blooming and gorgeous. The azaleas, we just planted over 700 azaleas where our tulips were. So waiting on those to flush out. And we're celebrating all of these different things with activities on Bloom Saturdays where you can come and enjoy. It's included with garden admission. This coming Saturday, we'll have some members of the symphony here. They're going to be playing some music for you guys that goes along with a story. So you can come out, enjoy those things. And we're really excited on May 3rd. We're really going to celebrate our blooms with an event called Petals and Parasols. So just envision Bridgerton and Memphis. That's what's going to be happening here. We're going to be going all through the garden, exploring through, and we've partnered with some of our local florists. You know, we don't just celebrate our blooms, we're celebrating all the blooms. So our florists are creating living gowns on mannequins. And so these mannequins will be the guests that'll already be here at the garden when you arrive. As you're strolling through down into our beautiful rose garden, we'll have the mannequins set up along the pathways of this whole experience. And you'll get to see these living floral gowns. And we hope everybody comes in their own beautiful gowns. It is for all ages. It is free with garden admission. There are 5 different florists that will create these floral gown displays. Guests will get to vote on their favorite. We'll have beautiful tablescapes set up. We'll have vendors with food. You can pick up a little charcuterie, have a nice little picnic in the garden. This is the weekend before Mother's Day, so what a fun way to treat mom maybe a week early or so, or just treat her both weekends. As a mom, I will say that. And, come out, enjoy the garden, enjoy a moment. And if you really want to take it up a notch, you can get a ticket that is for the Rose of the Ball VIP experience. That's going to include 4 cocktails along with a little small bites, your own little charcuterie box, a VIP seating area. And you'll get to just come enjoy the sounds of the Renicia Michelle trio that'll be here playing the beautiful music amongst all of these beautiful blooms.
Wow, that was a lot there, and might I add, it's such a beautiful picture there, and you're wearing such a beautiful dress. You always look great, Jenna, but certainly you look the part today. Tell me more. This is all happening May 3rd, is that right? Both the VIP experience too?
Yes. So again, if you want to come, bring your kids, come out and just enjoy the blooms and enjoy the flowers. Everybody is welcome to do that. So the garden opens at 9 a.m. Our florists will be working on their installations for a 1 o'clock showtime. So at 1 o'clock is really the big kickoff for the petals and parasols. And from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock, we'll have all of this set up for you. Again, you get to vote on your favorite. We're going to have a few different categories for the favorites. And you'll get to go through, enjoy all of these different gardens. Like I said, the roses will be in peak bloom at this point. The irises will be in peak bloom at this point. You'll get to go through our herb garden, which will just starting to be coming out with all of the flowers on the herbs. So it really is, you get to that early May in Memphis and it's gorgeous no matter where you are. But of course, here at the garden, we've done a lot of work to plant all of these beautiful spaces and really elevate it. And we hope everybody, again, just gets to dress up, put on your favorite Regency era outfit, come out, really just kind of transform the garden into this garden party atmosphere that everybody can enjoy.
I love it. I love it. Jenna Harris showing how it's done this morning on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Okay, so all the details, membg.org, right?
Yes, membg.org. If you want to do those VIP tickets, those are limited. So you can go on our website. There's tickets available on our website. You can log on there, grab those tickets before they sell out. We think this one will be a sellout. Come and enjoy the garden in full bloom.
Okay, Jenna Harris with Memphis Botanic Garden joining us on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, reminding us all about the gem that is the Memphis Botanic Garden. Jenna, thanks so much. Good morning. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Let's talk about cholesterol for a minute. We hear about good levels of cholesterol, bad levels of cholesterol. We hear about good and bad cholesterol. Let's bring in someone to decipher what all this means and how we can lead the best healthy life possible. I'm joined right now by Dr. Anna Yang with Regional One Health. Dr. Yang, again, thank you so much for joining us on the Digital Desk. So we hear so much about good and bad cholesterol. Tell us about these two types and how we should deal with them both. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks again for having me. So yes, cholesterol can be a little bit difficult to understand. So cholesterol is something that everybody has in their body and everybody needs to have in their body. It's really important for a lot of your body's functions, making cells and some vitamins and different things. So everybody has to have cholesterol. So where cholesterol becomes a problem is when there's too much of it. So when you go to your doctor and you get your cholesterol levels tested, you usually get a whole slew of numbers called the lipid panel. And so on this lipid panel, you might find things like total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, and triglycerides. So what you hear about when people say bad cholesterol is they're generally referring to that LDL. Or the low density lipoprotein. And this is a type of cholesterol. And these are the bad cholesterols because they're responsible for narrowing your blood vessels. They're the ones that if people say, oh, you've got too much cholesterol in your arteries and they're clogging your blood flow and, you're at risk for certain things like, heart disease or strokes. That's what they're talking about is that LDL. Now, on the flip side, the HDL you actually want more of. So the HDL is, quote unquote, that good cholesterol. And the good thing about the HDL is it actually helps you remove the unwanted cholesterols from your body. So it brings cholesterol back to the liver is one of the things that it does to remove some of the cholesterols that you don't want to build up. So that's what makes it, quote unquote, the good cholesterol.
So let me ask you, because I know that these numbers have changed over time. There have been numbers where the bad cholesterol or the overall cholesterol can't exceed 200, and now that number's been reduced. Tell me where we are on the proper levels. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right.
Sure. So the most important numbers are really the LDL and the HDL. That total cholesterol number doesn't matter as much as those two, and the ratio of how much LDL versus non-LDL cholesterol that you have. The main non-LDL cholesterol is HDL, but there are other non-LDL cholesterols out there too. So the LDL cholesterol, we would like that number lower. So ideally under 100. Now, certain people who already have some medical conditions may want that number even lower, potentially even, less than 80 or 70, depending on other factors. But in general, LDL under 100 is the goal. The HDL, on the other hand, you want higher. So greater than 40 or 60 or, higher numbers are a good thing for HDL.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about my panels when I get blood work done. Sometimes they were like, okay, you got to keep your cholesterol levels under 200. Are they factoring in HDL and LDL with that?
So generally with that 200 number, they're talking about the total cholesterol number, which matters as well. But truly the LDL is the more important one that you want lower.
Okay. And what about lipoprotein little a? Because that is something that more and more people are talking about. And I'm just wondering if that is a big concern when it comes to heart disease.
Yeah, so it's a different number now that people are using to measure, and it does seem to correlate with risk factors for things like heart disease. So even though that number isn't traditionally in your typical lipid panel, sometimes doctors, again, depending on your risk factors and what other medical conditions you have, are ordering this test too as another way to measure the cholesterol levels and your risk and whether or not you need to be on potentially medication to lower your cholesterol.
Okay, and what are some of the best ways to improve our cholesterol numbers?
So non-medication wise, diet is really where you really need to monitor for your cholesterol. So the majority of the cholesterol that your body needs is already being made by your liver. So you really don't need extra cholesterol. And you get cholesterol from animal products. So these are things like meat or dairy or eggs. So you want to decrease the amount of saturated fat that you're eating. These will contribute to your LDL going up. So saturated fats, especially things that you find in these animal products. But you want to increase instead the diet of good fats. So these are your unsaturated fats. These include things like avocado fats, fats that you get from nuts or seeds or fish. So changing the ratio of where you get fat from your diet will make a big difference. For those who are overweight, even losing just 5 to 10 pounds can make a pretty good difference on your cholesterol numbers. The other thing is increasing fiber, increasing your soluble fiber intake, decreasing your overall calories. These also make a good difference with your cholesterol as well, raising the HDL and lowering the LDL.
What's the most important thing you want people to remember when it comes to cholesterol, your numbers, how to bring it down, everything that we talked about?
So the first step is to check. So the first step is to make sure you go to your doctor and you get appropriate screening. Sometimes these aren't things that you feel. Sometimes people with normal weights have elevated cholesterol without knowing it. It's not always just something you get when you're overweight or obese. So make sure you go to your doctor. We even recommend children now get screened for cholesterol because we're seeing that even children are having problems with high cholesterol. So the first step is just to make sure you go to your doctor, get screened at appropriate intervals, do what you can, to improve your own habits in your daily life. And if necessary, potentially starting medication as prescribed by your doctor to lower your risk, for heart disease, strokes, and even losing your arms or legs because you don't have, good blood flow to these parts of your body.
All right, Dr. Anna Yang, we appreciate your time as always on the Action News 5 digital desk. Very informative this morning. Thank you.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us here on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm First Alert meteorologist Patrick L. Still got festival season. Certainty, we're still a long way away, and things will likely change. And be leaning a little bit in the direction of not just rain and some storms, but maybe a couple of strong to severe storms mixed in from time to time. Not a certainty, we're still a long way away, and things will likely change in that time frame, but something to keep in the back of your mind as we head into the latter half of next week. Remember, we got a lot of festivals going on in the next couple of days and weeks ahead as we are heading into festival season, and that will have implications with these rain chances coming up here, including for Saturday. We've got several events that will have that are outdoor, weather dependent. It's going to be iffy, but we'll have at least no major problems. I don't think severe weather is going to be the issue with that one. Now, severe weather potential is in play for this afternoon into the early evening hours. That's why I want you to stay weather aware with us. Stay up to date on the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. The good news is that once we get past this, there's a couple of quiet, milder days here across the region Sunday and Monday before we get into that murkier pattern towards the end of next week.
All right, that does it for us here in the Action News 5 Digital Desk. We got Action News 5 Midday coming up at the top of the hour. Kelly Cook will be taking you through your news headlines, your top stories, your forecasts for the next 7 to 10 days. And then join me once again bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Another edition of the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Enjoy your afternoon.